baby. Welcome back, Joe.
Thanks.
How are we doing?
Happy to be here.
It's a little tight.
Happy to be here. Yeah.
I missed the old room we used to have. All the swimming room we had on that couch you had. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for joining us on
Don't you feel like we bond a little more on this one?
Yes.
No.
Kind of. A little bit.
There are things that definitely happen here that don't happen on the couch. But I usually feel like it's aggression and anger and
Yeah.
The house brings it out
Sure.
here.
yeah.
Well, no, I thought the basement
Might be a setting situation. Just
Okay.
Somebody
I got to
forgot
flip
the
that.
thing.
I did. I'll get to it. Don't worry, buddy. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for
is
joining
the
us here on that
perfect
beautiful. Hey, Chris, maybe your mic might not be on.
It is on.
It's on.
You
All
you turned me all the way down, and I'm still at a high level, but I can't hear myself all that well.
I can't really hear you either.
Hey, turn it up then. Turn it back to 5, yeah? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again here for joining us on a beautiful, beautiful Saturday night.
We'll cut the beginning out.
It's so nice to be out there. Joe,
I'm back, baby.
Yeah, you are. Joe doing a 5K in this beautiful weather. Can't ask for a better day to run a 5K.
I'm gonna get a little
Very
spicy
lucky.
here. Somebody's afraid, huh? Had to run a 5K by himself, huh?
listen,
Yeah, a little afraid.
I will say this. Bobby asked me, he's like, would you want to do a half marathon in February? And this is like, I don't know, September, October. And I was like, yeah, totally, 100%.
February, huh? It's kind of cold.
Then December comes around, and I'm like, oh, I haven't signed up. I haven't trained. I haven't done anything. I've been doing lots of eating and drinking, that's for sure.
That's some good training right there.
Like, nailed that part of the training.
Yeah, got that. And then I was like, okay, let's sign up for this. Hopefully I still can. Got that. Oh, hey, there's a nice 5K option. Yeah,
okay.
I'll do that.
I'll do that. I'm looking at pictures of last year, and it's just like snow and ice, and I was like, yeah, don't need to be running a half marathon on, sub-zero weather possibly.
that's
but
fair.
yeah, very much lucked out. Did the 5K. It is weird being the first one to finish. Oh, gotcha. It is weird being the first one to finish
and just sitting around.
and sitting and waiting.
You don't usually finish first? Is that not a usual thing for you, Joe?
I'm an instant. Like instant coffee. It's a lot like that. It's a lot like that.
I mean, I would feel like that's a pretty normal kind of situation for you.
Listen, if you're not first, you're last, and I'm always
fair.
first.
It's a race, baby.
But I was like, all right, I got like an hour to kill, so I go to the United Club in Soldier Field, hang out there, get some warmth, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna save my beer ticket for when Bobby comes, so we could both pull those sons of bitches off and be like, beer me, please.
Beer,
together.
please.
And joke's on me because as I'm sitting there waiting, just killing time, I hear the announcer go, turns out the beers are about a mile away. You just have to cross the tracks and it's right there. Well, if you cross the tracks, which we've all done, I think of the time we went to the Metallica concert.
Oh, yeah, I know
like
exactly
that
what you're talking
direction.
about. Yep.
But across the street is not bars. It's like more commercial industrial area. So he gives out the address and it's like 2.3 miles away. And he's like, yeah, you could walk over there and then walk back. That way you don't lose your parking. No, sir. So I just sat, drank water, ate banana. And then Bobby tells me, he gives me his expected time that he's going to finish. So I go out there like 15 minutes early. And
Run a little slow.
30 minutes later.
40 minutes later.
45 minutes later.
45 minutes later. And I'm bouncing on the sidelines, just trying to stay warm.
Yeah.
And I'm looking off in that distance. And so where this one ends, a lot like the Soldier Field 10 mile, runs along the lake, but it's all on that path along the lake. So you're starting on the lake. You don't go under that thing. You're not on Lakeshore Drive. It's all on that path. So tons of people riding their bikes, going on their runs. It was a little crazy. And then
they don't block that one off at all.
Nope.
No,
and then
it's not a lot of security or anything.
Finish line is right after McCormick Place when you're heading towards Soldier Field. So you finish the race and you're like, thank God I'm done. And you're sweating and you're letting your heart, you're catching your breath. And you're like, oh, I still got 10 minutes to go before I get back to indoor heating. That was a miserable walk.
That's the
crossing the street, crossing the other street, walking up to Soldier Field. Oh, but these doors, they're not open. So you got to walk back down the other way that you kind of basically already walked, but around the field, and then you can go inside. So, not my favorite.
Kind of a mess. Yeah.
Yeah,
kind
a
of.
little-
What was the name of this
Okay.
race?
The F3
Yeah, the winner.
Lake Half Marathon or Lake Half Marathon.
They do it every
The-
year.
the-
You got to think that's going to be so miserable.
That
It's cold
Joe
out
knows
on
he's
the
going to
way
get his ass beat in the 5K race. Yeah, that's what it was called.
They do it every year.
there.
Pat,
Chris
to give-
McGraw coming for that booty.
to give somebody
Sweetie,
in the to give runners a opportunity to run a race in the winter, and it's nice, but it's just you're honestly praying for good weather. Like he got today. The
If
one
it's
time I
bad-
did it,
if it's bad, do they, like, plow the-
Nope.
they plow the
it's-
path?
Oh, they don't do
it's-
anything.
It's all about the run in the winter. It's like if you're a winter runner, you just deal with the what you're dealt with. Or what you're given to deal with, and that's how they kind of play the game. And the year
good.
I did it, when I did the half marathon, it was 60 degrees. Kristen, or no, it was Joe and
That
it
was
just
me.
Joe. Oh, you didn't run it
Yeah,
though. Oh,
yeah,
did you?
I did the 5K.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, Pat, Joe got a sweet sweater. The picture he sent me was really nice. Hey
It is a
Pat,
nice
I love you to death,
hoodie.
and I don't mean this as a dick, but you got to stop breathing into the mic, or it's gonna fucking kill me when we edit. I will lose my shit, and I can already hear it now. So, and I love you.
Funny thing about Bobby did it last year.
Mm-hmm.
He was saying so you come down those stairs. It's almost the exact opposite of the Soldier Field 10 mile. Also, got to see Soldier Field with absolutely no grass on it. I got to see it through a shot in the window of the United Club.
Oh, nice.
Entire field, no grass anywhere, just dirt. And I was like, oh, I've never actually seen that. I mean, it makes sense why they do that, but blew my mind. But like the Soldier Field 10 mile, you go up those stairs onto the field. This you're coming down those stairs and out front, kind of like they've done the past couple of years when it's not on.
I know. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And he was saying last year it was ice and snow.
Oh, jeez.
3 or 4 people just fell going down the stairs, and he's like, those people did not run that race.
Oh, at all? Really?
No, they
I-
wrecked. He goes, they wrecked shit so hard.
They're just like, I'm done.
I also saw a guy. Do you guys remember that Flash game where you'd hit, it was like I think it was called like QWERTY or something like that, where you get the guy to move his legs and you try and make him run, but the whole time he's just kind of like flopping on the ground. Does this
Kind of. I think it's like an arcade game, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
and
Not for me at all. Sorry.
and
You're just like,
yes, yeah.
And-
It's like almost an Olympic like sport type thing. We should
kind
show
of
you.
yeah. There was this guy who was, I feel bad for him. I mean, hopefully he was okay, but was literally getting carried to the line. He was running a half, got carried to the line, and then his legs were just not working, to the point that I was like, oh man, should I step out and help this guy out? It was a very jarring, weird thing, but he was like on all fours, and I thought he was just kind of gonna crawl, and he just leapt over the line. The whole crowd cheered, and then they just picked him up and took him straight into the medical tent. And I hope that dude's okay, but that was
Oh, because he wanted
That's
to finish.
crazy.
yeah, he wanted to finish, and it was just insane.
Dumb question. Was he normally okay, and it just the situation of the running was not good, or
I wasn't sure if
was he like special? Did he need like?
I can't tell.
Okay.
I didn't know if he was. There were a couple people while I was waiting for Bobby. There were a couple people that got brought in by the emergency cart that goes up and down the running path to make sure nobody's hurt.
Yeah.
So I saw a couple people with sirens get taken to that medical tent. So there were, even though it wasn't a hot day, it was just the distance that I think got a lot of
also
people.
people don't ever freaking train. Like, let's be honest. There's a good amount. How many people with the hot chocolate that we have to run around because they need every last second to walk the 5 miles that it is.
Oh, I caught up to some half marathoners, and I was like, "You guys are walking now?
Good
now?
luck.
What is?"
They just need and it's good because there's more
gets them out.
motivation to run and walk and be exercising, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. I love when I see people
Mm-hmm.
getting at it, but at the same time, it's like, all right, come on, people,
Dude.
what are we doing here?
I saw a lady in like a long sleeve shirt, kind of like just a loose fitting shirt, and 100% runner shorts, like up.
Oh, no.
Just like at the crotch level running shorts, like a professional type of runner, somebody who was probably a college athlete. And I was like, good God, dude, how? And she wasn't even in the race. She was just running along the lake. I was like, how could you be doing that? I mean, I know once you get your body moving, but that is a very small level of clothing
Oh yeah.
I was very impressed and
me-
threatened.
Me and Chris, a couple of the big storms that we had this year. There were guys running in that stuff, and it's like, all right, listen, you're just at this point, I feel like you're kind of trying to show off a little bit because there's no reason to be running in the middle of a snowstorm.
There was a guy literally the Tuesday or whatever it was where it was like negative 8 degrees outside in the morning. There was a guy running the woods over by Des Plaines River Road over there.
Yeah.
At 5, 6 in the morning with shorts on. I'm like, what the hell is this
Oh,
guy doing?
You just
you want to
like
make sure you get the gene juice for time.
True.
No, this is by the highway. This isn't over there.
Yeah.
He would have had a long way to go.
you come up 10 feet out, you just hear him yelling, "Who's gonna carry the boats? Who's gonna carry the boats?"
Pat, you're supposed to do the bios deal when you come home tonight, buddy.
I'm just doing everything.
Yeah.
Just doing it all.
So Pat had a really bad week last week. So Chris's, go check out episode 173. It was a little bit of a contentious podcast. It was good though, a lot of fun. Also, the coloring on that one was insane. The light that's right here did not work well with the iPhone, and the coloring is tremendous.
Oh, nice.
Oh, it's so bad. But the best comment we got is from a new. I don't know if this guy's he's just looking to help us with production or something. But the guy's name is Perfect Timing Production 585. So I have no idea what he's up about. But he commented on the last video, or not, the really crappy looking video. He's like, I call you guys big beard, pale orange guy, and blue hoodie.
Take a guess which one you are, Pat.
Yeah, hey Pat, which one do you think you are?
Casper the ghost.
And then
Casper the ghost.
And then we went and counted how many times I've worn a blue sweater in the last 20 videos, and I was hitting over 50.
Yeah, he's shooting a solid 50%.
So this week,
Listen, it's all about
Sweater
building
season.
your brand,
oh yeah,
and that's a great brand. I'd
Yeah.
love to
I
hear.
think,
what
I think the
mine
beard
is.
guys are already taken, Chris. You got to find a different name.
so on Instagram I've seen some things about helping for alcohol after you drink, and this was on there. It's called Cheers. I actually got this at Walgreens,
Could use this last weekend.
and
That's not sounding promising, Pat.
got this from Walgreens. It was for $15 for 3 doses, so that's great. Joe's gonna probably go a little harder in the paint tonight. And
No, Sarah's like, can you not come home at 4:00?
oh yeah, that's not the game
I
plan.
was like, no, it's.
We were gonna
I
give you
only
one,
did it-
Joe.
Joe's like 3:45 for sure.
Oh my bad.
Yeah,
Well,
take one back from yeah.
I was like, no, it was only last weekend, and that was because of Chris's birthday. And she goes, and the weekend before that, I go, I was with Brian, and she goes, the weekend before that, I go, that was Michigan. You can't count that one. She goes, okay. What about the weekend before that? I was like,
New Year's Eve.
shit.
No, that was New Year's Eve. You didn't even go out.
You didn't go
Oh
out
yeah,
that
see,
day.
Sarah, it was only twice.
No, I think there was a weekend between.
No.
There might
There was a
have
weekend that he was at the last podcast at his place. He didn't go out.
But was there was a weekend before New Year's and the ski weekend?
No,
It was
January 5th, he
That's
didn't go
right.
out.
He didn't go
That's
out.
right.
He went out ski. The next weekend was skiing.
And then the weekend
I'm
before
staying
that,
out
he
till
did
4.
New Year's
two
Eve
weekends he's
with
done.
Sarah.
I'm stealing it back. I'm staying out till 4, guys.
Yeah.
Even if I'm just alone sitting at McDonald's, I'm gonna do it
Just to
spite.
prove a point.
Yep.
There's a lot of spite.
Or
that needs to
Joe's
this
gonna go
week.
home, hang out with Uncle Tom for an hour, and then go home.
Oh God.
But so this is supposed to be after we drink tonight. Take these 3 pills, and it's supposed to take after responsibly drinking. It's supposed to support your liver and feel better tomorrow.
Still want to know what responsible drinking is.
Well, we're
considered.
about to find out. We'll see where we go with it. But so throw it in your wallet. Don't forget to take it. Also, the BioSteel is when you go to bed, Pet, you chug a BioSteel, and you will feel much better the next day.
I don't think anything was saving me last weekend. I was pretty bad shape.
What?
You need an exorcism.
What was last weekend?
Chris's birthday. So we started at 5 Iron, right?
Yep.
Correct.
And then we went to Lottie's.
No.
We went to
The California Clipper,
Which
where
is a
Pierce
tr-
Card got the boot.
It was the California Clipper. Very nice, good time. It's a hidden gem that we've not known
Cool
about.
little joint. That was
Yes.
in Humboldt Park, though. It's not like
Yeah.
you go there.
Yeah.
No,
They
they're
had,
that
area often.
someone got shot and killed in front of there like in October, I think it was.
Nice. And then we went to Lottie's, and then we went to the Owl from there. So it was a wild night. It was a good time.
I went to Bordello instead of the Owl.
Yeah,
Bank of America
Lottie's
does not like
was
the
awesome.
California Clipper.
they did not. They did not at all. They
They're
can't-
like, hey, we know where you go. What are you doing?
Yeah,
We know where you
yeah.
go.
Saturday Night Pete. This isn't Lottie's Enjoy or Bordello.
Hey,
at
this
this
All
guy-
right,
point.
Peter McGraw has been being hacked. Sets the red flag up.
This
He's
guy's
not-
drinking
He's
at
not
a
at a country
different
bar,
bar.
and he's not at those other 3 bars we mentioned.
They go look it up. This doesn't have Coors Light.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is not here. Why would it be here?
The little message is like, no Coors Light, no exceptions.
Yeah. No, the best was I text Joe the next day, and I'm like, man, how did we get so drunk last night? And then it literally gave me like a 10-minute pause, and I'm like, oh yeah, the half poured Tito's and Sprites.
Those are
The lady was.
I was also buying Tito's and Sprite like it was my job every round. I was like, I don't want beer. I just want Tito's and Sprite.
Which is
And she would like pour it up, I don't know, third of the way. Then she would put ice in, and then it got filled up half the way, and then she would put the Sprite in.
like a little taster.
Yeah.
Last night I got a Hurricane from Gal Street Inn, and I was super excited for like a nice fruity drink, something easy. And it was my first sip. My chest was on fire. It was straight rum. I was like, Daddy. It was like,
No, Daddy, no.
Oh, it was so bad. I was like, this is not great.
Mr. Jackson.
Yeah.
It burns my chest.
It burns my chest. I'll take a straw. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got lots to talk to you boys about. So we got we'll see what this works. And if it works, Pat, I'll get us a bunch of them, and we'll be all set for the next couple weekends.
We did go
You'll be set for my birthday next year, Pat. Don't you worry.
We did go on a tear.
I'm just gonna not play anything that Sunday next year.
We did go on a tear for a while that we were going through a bunch of these products like this.
Yes.
Post, and they never seem.
None is ever.
Not to sound unoptimistic about this. I'm definitely willing to try and listen. For you guys out there in TV
This is what we
land,
do.
I'm gonna put in the effort tonight to test it and really,
Joe's going to let you know what responsible drinking is.
a thorough work through.
So I'm going to
Just
go
see.
moderate. Joe go a little heavier than moderate, and Pat will go pansy.
I'm not.
And we'll see where it
drinking.
goes.
I'm not taking one though.
Oh, so Chris will go pansy.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, I feel like we drink too much for these things to work. To be honest with you.
So it was funny, just on that comment. So Lauren has been talking to a few people and talking to. She saw a video about music at a wedding, and the lady came on, the wedding planner came on, and she's like, you don't really want 2.5 hours. People get tired. They don't want to be on the dance floor the whole time.
Fuck off.
And,
Let him know, Joe.
And Lauren in her head immediately was going to send it to me, but then she's like, no, they don't understand the amount of alcohol these guys drink. They need a dance floor. They need a motherfucking dance floor.
I tried to reinforce how much Coors Light needed to be at my wedding. Like, you don't understand how much needs to be here.
I don't run. My cardio is every Saturday night on the dance floor.
It's
That's where I
dancing.
get my cardio.
I just want to dance. You can dance. Dance if you want to. All right, boys. So last week, no surprises. Well, actually, I guess depending on who you talk to, I think a lot of people had a thought that Kansas City was going to win. And the 49ers.
Somebody did say that the referees were in their pocket.
I did. And
it looked like it,
I don't think the
certain
referees.
calls.
I don't think the referees had anything to do with Lamar Jackson throwing 2 interceptions.
No, true that. But I mean, there was a couple pass interference calls on a couple of those drives where they didn't call.
Baltimore just choked a week later than they normally do. That's all.
I think the coaching staff got out. They went away from their usual game plan. And this is what I've heard from
On offense for sure. They didn't. They ran the ball like 6 times.
Yes, yeah, and I think they let him throw a little too much.
His drop back pass were his highest, I think, in several seasons.
And you know what? I apologize. Actually, the 49ers Detroit game, Detroit pissed down their leg. Like, they should have won that
easily.
game.
Oh, yeah,
They should have
that was
definitely
bad.
won that game.
Yeah.
Campbell made a few bad choices too.
Go ahead, Joe.
The statistics on that though said that he.
He should have gone for it at the half, and then you change field goals, exchange field goals in the quarters. Probably what you should.
Go ahead, Joe.
Everything I kept hearing about that Detroit 49ers game was Detroit has the damn it, now I forget what the word is. The momentum. That's the word I kept hearing. They've got the momentum. They've got the momentum.
They did have
and
it.
then they start losing. And I hear guys start going, they lost the momentum. They lost the momentum. I heard that word so many times.
Detroit. Let's put it that way.
I was kind of pissed. I lost. Well, I didn't realize this. This pissed me off even more, Chris. They were up 10 points with like.
Yeah.
The 49ers were. Yeah.
They were up with 10 points with like 2 minutes to go, and it was a late touchdown. I was like, damn it, because I had the 7, and then I had Kittle for 66 yards, and they didn't throw to him to the 4th. And I was like, come on.
Starting to sound like one of those gambler guys, Peter.
Well, I definitely lost the first tickle bitty, but I covered the second one.
That was good, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually one of the things I want to
Chris,
talk about today.
you could pay me $1 million, and I couldn't tell you a single one of what your tickle buddies were last weekend.
Oh, come on.
The Ravens covered the spread.
and
then
Detroit, I
to
think,
cover
too.
the spread.
Yeah,
that
spread, yeah.
Sunday I had was rough, man. I think I watched like 5 minutes of the games, honestly.
How was your Sunday, Joe?
I woke up probably about 1.
Nice.
I wasn't awful. I wasn't great.
Yeah.
I was at like a solid 6 in terms of I still did some stuff. I was able to go around and all that. Marina was like, hey, you want to go to the sauna? And I was like, yes, I do. Yes, I do. I just need to sweat all this out.
That's what we should have done.
I sat in the steam room for an hour on Sunday. It was great. I didn't feel that bad.
Pro move.
Honestly, I woke up, I went to the gym with Chris, came back, hit the steam room, and then we went to a place called The Jungle in Niles, and which is a huge old Sears, and they've turned it into a plant store. And good Lord, boys, this thing is ginormous, and it has all the plants you could ever imagine.
What did you guys go there for?
Lauren saw it on Instagram, and it's like kind of like a cool thing to go through and walk and just kind of check out. They've got a bird sanctuary that you can't buy, but you can like feed and donate. They have a fish, turtle, kind of.
Is this in Gulf Mill Mall?
No, it's close to there, but it's still farther down Niles. It was really cool. It's just a fun thing to do. It was Sunday. It was like 3:30. I don't really watch any of the football games anyways. I usually just do the highlights later. So we did that, and then we were going to go get Chris's birthday gift, and I went to a Best Buy for the first time in probably 6 years, and God, is that changed. I remember as a kid, it was stocked to the gills.
There's no
aisles,
DVDs, no
aisles.
music. It's just like
there's nothing.
Around.
Yeah, that's it. And then there were a ton of workers. It was actually pretty busy. And the Geek Squad was on fire. People were just, peppering Geek Squad with all the questions. But they didn't have the Nintendo Switch that I wanted, so I was kind of sad.
Oh, damn.
It was a fun Sunday. I was like, oh, man, this is not the worst Sunday ever.
So that was the gift you were going to get for Chris. I'm assuming he's got it now?
Oh, yeah. I got it.
Yeah,
You know what's
awesome.
Okay, we talk about this, too. Amazon, I love you to death, but it is kind of scary, how quick things are going. You know how quick I got the Amazon Switch?
Overnight.
No, day of. I bought it.
I mean like later.
Sorry,
that night,
I bought it. I bought it for Chris on Monday, and it was delivered to my parents' house, and put it in his bag, and he was able to open it on his birthday.
Wow,
dude, I'm not even kidding you.
It's a pretty dope gift.
A guy at my work needed a mouse for his computer. Ordered it at 8:30 in the morning. Mm-hmm. He had it by 10:30.
See, I think this all comes down to like their AI and stuff. They know like certain items that people order, like those kind of items, like the quick like little things, and they have those stocked in warehouses around various areas. So they can do that kind of quick delivery. But like certain things that people don't order as often, you don't. That's why it takes like a day or two to get certain things.
Yeah,
but I mean that's just like their data. They know that it's kind of crazy.
I mean, me and Pepsi ordered W2 envelopes because we needed them. And I ordered them at like 8 in the morning. He got them by like 11:30. Granted, I mean it's like the time of the airport, but like literally Office Depot, you wouldn't expect to get this.
Here's my bitch.
4 hours
That job's gotta be
Here's
so
my
miserable.
bitch out for the week too. By the way, I went to finish up 1099s and my W2s that I had to do this week. Open up the packages that I bought. These motherfuckers didn't put any envelopes in there. Who sells packages of these things without envelopes?
That's a
that's
rookie move. That's a rookie
such a
move.
dick.
That's how it always is.
They give you like 5 envelopes.
They give me 0 envelopes. And also I was hungover. This is Monday, so I'm still feeling this hangover. Oh, I was so pissed.
Oh, that's tough. Yeah, no, but can you imagine being an Amazon driver, like how miserable that has to be? Like being a FedEx or UPS driver, those are like cushy $150,000, $175,000 a year job. Amazon's got the Amazon drivers have no unions, no nothing.
Well, they're all
No
independent.
bathrooms. Have you heard about the whole thing about them
shitting
pissing in bottles and then just
on.
like leaving them on the sidewalk?
Yep.
I mean, I'm not blaming the Amazon drivers for that because Amazon
but they have
But just the situation that they're in, that they're like,
absolute shit.
got to go buy a Gatorade to hydrate because I'm working my ass off. Time to pee. Let's get that Gatorade bottle again. Like
I was talking to Chris.
Fuck.
Me and Chris, we like to try to drink a gallon of water a day. You could not. Your health is at you're just because you can't stop to pee that much.
You're just finding an alley to piss.
Yep. Okay. Well, do you guys want to? I got a couple cool articles I want to talk about. One being, let me just write this down. I want to talk about Elon Musk and the brain thing that he's doing.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah.
Killing all the animals.
Yeah, right. That's one thing about it. I have some fun since we started with the football. I have some fun things, some Super Bowl facts if you guys want to hear. The Vegas baby. This will mark the first time the Super Bowl will be played in Vegas. Of course, the game will be played at Alliance Stadium.
Is that just because they've never had a stadium there?
I think so. Yeah.
I don't think so. I think they have the University of Nevada, Las Vegas that has a football team.
It's not anywhere big enough to hold us.
I don't know if it would be it. I don't know if it's big enough, but they've always just kind of stayed away from there because of all the the notion of the city.
So
yes, you're right, Chris. Yeah,
interesting.
All the teams are staying like 30 miles outside of the city.
I was watching ESPN on like Wednesday or Thursday, and they were talking about it like they were because of all the organized crime ties. That's why they stayed away for like the longest time.
Twice as nice. The Chiefs and 49ers will meet for the second time in the Super Bowl. The Chiefs won the first time, 31-20, in Super Bowl 54 in 2020.
Jimmy G.
I remember that, Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yep. That was the first time Andy Reid's won a Super Bowl.
Yes, it was.
Wow. That's happened quite a few times, not that many actually. The Washington franchise and Miami Dolphins in Super Bowl 7 and 17. The Giants in New England in 42 and 46. Eagles, New England, 39 and 52. Wow, that's kind of crazy.
What was the significance of those games?
I'm sorry.
What was the significance of those other you mentioned?
Rematches.
Rematches. They played each other.
I missed that
twice
one,
as nice. San Francisco and Cincinnati Bengals, 16 and 23, and the Patriots and St. Louis Rams in 36 and 53. That's kind of crazy. When I forgot that when the Patriots beat the show on the turf or the show on the turf,
greatest show on turf, with the greatest leg in forever, Adam Vinatieri.
Yep. 8 is great. The 49ers are in the Super Bowl for the 8th time. That's kind of crazy.
Wow.
Back-to-back.
Montana won 6. That makes sense.
He won 6?
Or 5. He won 5 and Young won 1, so that's 6 right there alone.
That's insane. Back-to-back. I mean, think about, look, I'll just throw this side in here real quick. The 49ers went from, with Jim Harbaugh, to being one of the just absolute garbage teams. And then they were able to draft so well that they've been so good since Kyle Shanahan has taken over.
Think about this. They traded 2 first-round picks for Trey Lance, and they're still in the Super Bowl right now. And he's not even on the team. He's playing for Dallas.
That's insane.
Did you hear about the statement that Trey Lance made? He's like, no, I'm good enough to play. And they're like, yeah, no shit, you're good enough to play. You're just, just a terrible human being, I guess. And they don't want him on the team anymore?
I think you might have somebody confused with
I guess it was.
No,
I haven't heard about that with Trey Lance.
Did Trey Lance play the last game?
Lance plays for Denver.
That was that he's
I must be
the former quarterback that got drafted and they traded him to Dallas.
My bad. I
know what he's I think I know what he's I'm trying to think what he was talking about. But yeah, okay. Back to back, the Chiefs in the Super Bowl for the sixth team in franchise history are looking to become the first team to win consecutive Super Bowl since the Patriots.
That's with Patriots in like 03 and 04 or 04 or 05.
Yeah, 04 05. Great, nice, Chris.
It's kind of interesting how the Chiefs are like the Chiefs become like the Patriots now, where teams people just hate them to hate them.
Yeah, well, I'm a little sick of.
I don't really hate the Chiefs. Yes. I just hate the fact that they pan to Taylor Swift every 18
and that's
seconds.
not their fault.
Yeah.
But it just that anger comes from that.
I like Mahomes as a player. I think he's a really good player. I like Andy Reid.
I love Andy Reid.
Who doesn't love Andy Reid in those commercials?
I love Andy
How about that one where they like most valuable bunder, and he's like at the end, they kept the commercial going. At the end, he just cracks at the end of it, starts laughing.
I love the one where he's got the cheeseburger.
Let me get some of those nuggies.
Yeah, I'm trying to give them nuggies.
No, you know what's great? We were watching, I was watching an interview today that he did with and he was talking about like where he gets his play call sometimes, and he'll go to anywhere and everywhere to like he'll go to high school, he'll go to like grammar school teams. He tells his team to go find. He had when he was working with in Green Bay with homering.
Yeah, I heard this story. This is good.
There was a family-run janitor system that always cleaned the facilities, and he would always go up to Andy. He's like, "Hey, I got to play, man. I got to play, man. I got to play." And Andy's like, "All right, fine." Just gave him a note card, wrote it out, and Andy's like, "Oh, it's actually not that bad."
Oh wow!
So he used that play in the game and he scored a touchdown. And he went to look at the janitor who was at and he's calling his wife. He's like, "That's my play. That's my play." And his wife goes, "Yeah, okay,
yeah, right,
yeah, because she would never believe that."
Do you think
Andy gives him a wink and a nod, and he's like,
"Yeah."
Do you think Andy retires in there? There's been rumor
yes.
before the playoffs. Do you think he retires either way? Do you think he retires if he wins, or do you think he retires either way?
I honestly I don't know. I've heard the same rumor you heard, Pat.
But also, like, he's had a lot of stuff in his life that he didn't retire for, so I'm not sure why all of a sudden he would start.
I could see him like not retiring, but moving into like a front office position type deal.
I feel like that's kind of a cop out. They don't do shit in the front office. When
I know they don't, but I feel like that. I could see something like that happening though.
It depends. I mean, maybe it's time. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
oh man, I can't wait to watch Nat Nagy burn that ship down.
They're gonna bring back Eric Bieniemy.
That's what I was gonna ask. If he let's just say he does retire this year, regardless of winning or losing, are the Kansas City Chiefs as good as they are with
Mahomes?
A different coach?
Not if Matt Nagy's a coach.
I mean,
they definitely have to find a better coach, or they'd have to get a decent coach there. But they should still be a decent team.
I think they're running into cap hell though. They're gonna have to cut some guys. I mean, they're always gonna be decent with Mahomes. You're gonna have a chance with when you got a quarterback. It's always got a chance.
I feel like he. Yeah. I think it'll be really nice to see if it was Mahomes more or Reed more.
I don't think they'll be as consistent. Let's put it that way.
I think if that happens, where it was Tom Brady or Belichick, and you could really tell it was probably a lot of Tom versus a lot of Bill. This, I think, if Reed leaves, it'll be more Reed than Mahomes, just because Andy Reid's such a good coach.
It'll be interesting to see. I just don't think they'll be as consistent of a team.
Yeah, I can see that. All right, 4 equals 5. The Chiefs are only the third team to make 4 Super Bowls in a 5-year span, joining the Bills and the Patriots.
Are we getting to the Taylor Swift math next?
Nope. Seeing red.
Oh,
Andy Reid long ago cemented his status as one of the NFL's best all-time coaches. Of course he is. He will be coaching his 5th Super Bowl, tying him with Dallas coach Tom Landry for third most all.
Did he get to 2 with the Eagles, or is he all?
No, he only had 1.
1 and 4.
No, he only had 1 Super Bowl with the Eagles.
Yeah, that was a Terrell Owens. Remember that one for sure.
Former Patriots coach Bill Belichick tops all with 9 appearances, and Don Shula with 6. Yeah, you're not getting to Bill Belichick, I don't think.
That's tough.
A chip off the old block. Reed's counterpart, San Francisco sideline Kyle Shanahan, may have a winning Super Bowl in his blood. His father, Mike Shanahan, was the head coach when the Denvers won. We knew that. Mahomes, my goodness, Mahomes 28 will be just the 8th quarterback to start 4 Super Bowls. That's insane. It's hard
to do the Super Bowl.
Oh, it's really insane. What was it, 6 years, and he's been in 6 AFC championships? Like, he's been in the league for 6 years. Yeah. Every year he's gone to the AFC championship.
Yeah. The 1 year, I think the first year he was a backup, though, right?
With Alex Smith?
Yeah. I think so.
That makes, well.
But still,
so you're right, but I get what you're saying. That does,
Still insane.
That's still crazy.
Yeah, it
is. Stat. The Bears have been to one NFC championship and 2 in the last 24 years.
Yeah.
As a team, as an organization.
And then I think we'll make this the last one. Maybe we got 2. We only got 2 more actually here. So he's pretty good, as expected, and maybe for Holmes to have wound up in the Super Bowl. That's on how unlikely it is for 49ers quarterback Brock Purdy. He was the 262nd and final selection. He was the
Mr. Irrelevant.
Yeah, Mr. Irrelevant. And you get like a kind of a nice little package.
Yeah. If you're going to go in the 7th round, you might as well be the last guy.
You better hope. Yeah, he's the last pick of the draft, his draft year. That's insane.
That is pretty nuts.
Did he come out the same year that his 3rd year in the league? Did he come out the same class like Fields and all those guys came out in?
I think so. I think I could be wrong, but wasn't it with?
Well, he was a rookie last year.
Was he with trade? It was a rookie last year. So year after. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, unlucky 13. Everyone knows Taylor Swift's lucky number is 13, but that just so happens to be the jersey number Purdy wears. Swift aside, 13 of course is notoriously for being unlucky. Blah 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 blah. That's bullshit. Okay, that was the last one. I thought that was kind of cool. Go ahead, Joe.
Just thinking about the Taylor Swift thing. I've seen 2 very funny memes where it was what's the lady's name? Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
I'm sorry, that was not on purpose.
Taylor Swift said, I was like this.
One I saw was Taylor Swift. First year in the league, goes straight to the Super Bowl.
Oh, I saw that too.
And then
That's
Taylor
annoying.
Swift, her I guess one of her biggest albums was Red, and they're like, it's a red year for Taylor Swift because you got the 49ers and Kansas City both predominantly red colors for their teams.
I almost wanted to like.
Peter changed that for a little red today.
Oh yeah. Well, the guy called me out in the blue. I can't go blue anymore for a while.
What is the opposite of blue?
color.
Yeah.
Red. Done.
No, I was really kind of hoping Kelsey would do all men a favor and break up with Taylor Swift before the Super Bowl. Just do one solid for men.
Oh man,
men.
I don't think you could take that
for
heat.
men.
You don't want that. You don't want that heat.
How amazing would that be if he
that
broke up with
You
it
don't
like
want that
this
smoke.
week?
You don't want that smoke.
Give every guy who's not looking forward to the Super Bowl because of Taylor Swift. Give him a break.
Taylor Swift's fans would have found out where that was, and they would have just been like outside there blasting her music like nonstop.
I saw an article. Supposedly, she's in Tokyo doing a show, and the Tokyo government or Japanese government's like, "Don't worry, she'll have plenty of time to get back in time for the Super Bowl."
She's got
because it's a 13-hour flight, Chris. Oh my God!
I'm hoping for an earthquake,
but it's like
tsunami time.
They just got hit by one. I think in the last 6 months.
It was the first day of the year.
That was it.
Hey, aftershock, right? Yeah. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? A little aftershock.
Yikes! Is Godzilla real? Can he come?
Somebody wake up Godzilla, damn it! Chris is needed.
It's time to go.
We'll send King Kong over there. We'll make it work. But everybody's like,
Somebody
will
find
she
Mothra.
make it? Won't she make it? I am curious if she does. I don't know what the deal is, like if she can or can't or the timing of it all. But I am curious if she does make it, what the numbers for the viewership of the Super Bowl this year is compared to previous years. Even though she, clearly doesn't play the game, but just by being involved, like they talk about Travis Kelce's jersey going up like 300%. Yeah. All these things that are kind of associated with her being interested in football now. I am curious if the Super Bowl gets even more numbers now.
I'm guessing it will anyways because the 49ers are a pretty popular team just in general. I think that will drive some more people. Who's last year?
I think a great comparison
Kansas
is
City, Philadelphia.
So, I think the 49ers are probably one of those they're one of the national franchises that channel.
Well, we had this in 2020, this exact same team and mashup. You could use that game as a comparison to this year.
2019 pre-pandemic too, right? So
yeah.
No, I think and it's isn't it kind of just think about it. People or girls, ladies, women will watch this game just for the shoot up camera to her.
I mean, poor Usher, man, he's just getting no love.
Oh, they're like
somebody goes like, "Will she come out on stage with Usher?" And they're like, "No, no."
Usher's like,
it's my time. I was the fourth choice to begin with, and now Taylor Swift is pushing me down even farther.
That's when I found out Usher was hosting the halftime show when it got brought up.
He was not getting any conversation, by the way.
He was like their fourth choice, I think it was.
Oh no, really?
Yeah, I think they wanted
somebody turned him down, right?
I think two people turned him down. I think they wanted they were looking at Lizzo, and then she had that whole thing with whatever her people were, and they cut that one out. And then they're like Usher, and they're like, why not?
All right, okay. Jeez, that's crazy.
I forget who they wanted that turned him down. Chris is right though. Some people turned him down. Can we
talk? Let's take this down a dark path real quick. The Kansas City fans who watched the Kansas City Chargers game partied their asses off, and 3 of the 4 guys who were partying their asses off passed out, died outside, and the one buddy passed out for 48 hours inside.
We're in
Kansas City. They were watching the game.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug, man.
They were watching it from our buddy's house.
Stadium. Okay.
No, they were watching. They were.
It's like we watch come over here and watch the game kind of thing.
Yeah, like the Super Bowl for them. But these. So 3 things I thought about. A, they're getting insanely rowdy. Each guy brought a 30 case to the house.
Is that a Sunday game or is that a Sunday or Saturday game?
They could use some
you know what?
After alcohol.
I apologize, Pat. I don't remember.
I think they were a Sunday game that game.
I thought it was a Sunday game. So, but it could have been a Saturday game because nobody really thought about these dudes for 48 hours. That's kind of crazy too.
It could have been their jobs. They don't do necessarily normal 9 to 5
So they
jobs.
got absolutely smashed. Did a little of the devil's dandruff. The little bit of the devil's dandruff, which was laced with fentanyl.
As it is nowadays most times.
Jesus.
Yep. These dudes overdosed, were out and died, or they don't know if they died because of the overdose or if they died because they passed out and froze to death.
Fuck.
And the one guy was out cold for 48 hours, but the only reason he survived is because he's in the house. Dude, how insane is that? Like how? And then he woke up to the cops. He walks to the front door, has no idea his 3 buddies had died in the backyard. Walks to the front in his boxers with a glass of wine, and they're like, "Hey, did you know that 3 of your friends are frozen to death out there?" And he's like, "Wait, what?" And they arrested him, but they let him go. But the guy, whoever supplied them the fentanyl, is in a lot of trouble. Or the cocaine that was unfortunately laced with fentanyl.
Wow.
Good
How
God.
insane is that? The 2 stories that are plaguing the Super Bowl right now is one of these and the Taylor Swift stuff.
Yeah, Taylor Swift was one of the people who turned down the Super Bowl this
That really
year.
has nothing to do with the NFL, though.
Was she really?
Yeah, she said she was too busy. Lizzo was asked, but the recent scandal, the scandal thing that came up with her, got her nailed out. And then they were trying to get Harry Styles, but they wanted him to
tone it down a bit.
No, they wanted him to rejoin or do the.
The band that he was in before
One
with
Direction.
the other guys. Yeah.
They wanted a reunion. That's what it was. They wanted a reunion, and he's like, "Nah, forget that noise."
I think we should get a South City Revival up there, right, Creator?
Oh, don't tease me, Pat. I'll be taking that Monday off, boys. I'll be there.
Why is there a football game around my concert? Damn it! What's the short set list?
Yeah, come on. No, hey, listen. The last time we saw them, it was not. No, the 2 times.
The time before.
The Friday we saw it was good.
Yeah.
The Saturday
that was
not
the evening that Joseph could make it out.
Yeah.
Or didn't come out.
Exactly.
One of the two.
Yeah, it happens. No, it was so that I mean, it was just, I watched a lot of stuff.
But is
on
that really like that's not an NFL problem? Like, right?
No, it just plays up to
the story. I guess
yeah.
that's a story, but it's not really like the NFL.
It should be more of a drug.
Yeah,
a drug
I mean
thing.
the NFL
like,
enough to do it. I mean, if you
this should be a wake up call to people who are doing a little bit of the devil's dandruff. Like, don't do it. These guys aren't like they're not heroin addicts. They don't. None of them prescribe to.
Everybody
fentanyl.
knows like it's in the news everywhere. Like that these things are they've been laced so much lately. Like you're rolling the dice if you do it.
No, I get it. I get what you're saying.
Like you're really. I mean, it's like more now than ever. Like it's not like it happens over. This happens all over the place all the time.
Is fentanyl a thing that like hospitals carry and stuff?
It's used. So Michael Jackson used to go to sleep, right?
Holy!
I don't know if he used to go to sleep.
It's something else. It was something called.
Does anybody know?
It started with a D.
Does anybody know what the medical usage of fentanyl
or Dematol or Denetinol or something like that. But yeah, go ahead, Joe.
Dermatol something.
Yeah, you know you're talking about. Yeah.
But Demerol is what it is.
That's what.
Okay, they use that when I had a procedure once, and you're out like.
Yeah. They gave you fentanyl?
No.
Okay.
Fentanyl is what killed Prince.
But what is fentanyl?
It's like
for?
it's a high-end painkiller.
Yeah, it's like it's a step up of morphine.
Interesting.
And so the drug cartel.
What is it used, Joe? It's used for like terminal patients that have an incredible amount of pain.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it's cheap and it can cut it.
Yes, so they cut that into cocaine. It's also highly addictive.
It can treat severe pain, is what it says on Google.
And it's highly addictive.
I'm gonna get ads for fentanyl. Thanks, Joe.
Nice. No.
Did you guys hear this? To continue on this NFL train, did you hear about the senior financial advisor or financial analyst for the Jacksonville Jaguars who got nailed for...
it's an older story, though. It's a few weeks. It's like a month ago.
It came out today. That,
the best part...
Sorry,
Pat, how about you shut the fuck up and let Chris tell the story? I don't know what it is, and I'd love to hear it. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, Pat. Jesus.
Read some stories, boys.
Pat, for a second,
sorry, I'm not on the up and up, all right? I've been reading about
Pat did not want this story to come out. He must have some tie to it. He's like, no, Chris, shut up. This is like, wait, like months ago. Shut up.
I think, you know what, I'm just going to go. I'm going to get my ride to Mike's. I'll see you guys there.
Don't put my face on the story, Chris. What are you doing to me, babe?
So what is it? So they had like they had a financial guy in their group who embezzled $22 million and bet it on he gambled on websites like DraftKings and FanDuel and just lost all he did it over like 3 years supposedly. And
only 3 years?
And it took them like
it was a gift card program that they took apart.
It was like a credit card like thing that they use for expenses.
The new thing today, FanDuel's like, we're not giving you the money back today.
Yeah, that's what it was. FanDuel came out and was like, we're probably not going to pay this money back.
I mean, why would they, right?
No shit.
Why would you?
They have no responsibility to do that.
There was somebody who came out and said that they need, like, if there's somebody coming out with like high-end bets, they need to do their research.
Yeah.
FanDuel can be liable for that.
Yeah, I can see why. I would if I'm the Jacksonville, I would take that all the way through.
They're going to. But like the crazy thing is like FanDuel has a partnership with the NFL and Jacksonville's in the NFL. The last time I checked,
they're like, nobody cares about Jacksonville.
Yeah. But true, but like they got a billionaire owner that really is not probably happy about this, and
it's a lot of cake on your face.
Yeah,
some real poor internal controls in that department.
Oh, you're absolutely right. But it was crazy. Like,
so Pat, how much did you get out of this? What are we talking here? That's really interesting. I'm sorry, Pat. We're a little late on that one, but Chris, that was actually really interesting.
I never
That's
heard
insane.
that, yeah.
Can you imagine $22 million in 3 years?
I think
also, why wouldn't you take the money for yourself?
I think he was using something. They have like.
It was that was like some kind of like credit card thing that they were using for expenses.
Kind of like a Brex. There's like we have in my work too. It's like a Brex thing. It's called like you can have credit cards that are given out to employees, and then you can set, if you're the controller of it, you can set limits for how much people can spend, and the company's billed every month for it.
Oh, so this is how Pat knows
I think
it.
if I remember reading the article correctly, he was the person that was in charge of controlling the thing.
That's
and nobody was really checking it.
Nobody was really checking it, and that guy should not be allowed to have a card.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah, for sure. And Pat's like, that's the guys. Let's not get this out there.
Pat's going into the minute details. He's like, you can actually assign multiple cards to one user, and
if your spouse is really cool, you give her a card, and she's getting a little extra.
A lot of office meetings this week. Office supplies are in high supply this week.
Pat's probably in charge of that program at his office, so that's why.
Yeah, actually, I'm.
Heading downtown, I saw a card for that card, Brex. Mm-hmm. for the first time ever, and all I thought of was Brexit.
That's what I think.
And the failure that was, and I was like, that just seems like a bad name for a credit card.
So it's a credit card. Is there anything special about it?
It's a card, but it's a card that's like it's based on the company has like your company has limits set based on either like how much money you have in the bank. So you reset your credit limit every month based on that. And then like obviously how much you spend is like it's charged up and it's billed monthly. So whatever you let your people, you can restrict categories that the people spend on. You can restrict the amount they can spend on. It's kind of a way to do it instead of doing like
just having a regular credit card and then get receipts.
Like a lot of companies use like places like Concur where you submit receipts and reimburse. This is like you can give someone the card like this instead and say, hey, you have $100 you can spend this month on these 5 categories, and if you hit that limit, you're done.
Okay. Oh,
so it's a way to control spending is the theory.
Even if we've already heard Pat's or Chris's story, that's a great way to kind of explain everything to us, Pat.
Yeah, I appreciate that. The best part of that story is they said this guy was a prolific and epic loser, like probably the worst loser they've ever had on FanDuel.
He should be friends with us. Here's what you're trying to say.
He's like the Bears are going to cover this week. I swear to God.
It's like if Peter had millions of dollars to gamble away.
Yeah, he'd go into like these.
Let it burn, baby. Let it burn.
Thanks, Joe. He go into like all these
DePaul minus 2,000. $10 million.
Oh yeah.
He would go into like these high end like tournaments where you would like pick a bunch of teams, and he like people like they were watching were like, yeah, this guy just sucks.
Oh man.
You suck.
I just
you suck again.
I just think of that scene from The Dark Knight where the Joker has that mound of cash and he just lights it up all on fire. That guy basically did the same thing.
Why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Chris, what do we got on time, baby?
We're at 46 minutes, and it's going to take us 35 to get to Mike.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. It's going to have to be a little quick one today. The boys are going to a Bulls game. We're celebrating Michael B's birthday 2.5 months later. But you know what? Sometimes you got to get there.
What day is Mike's actual birthday?
November 7th.
Oh, damn, he's right around.
Oh, yeah. It's right around his
wedding. He's right around your wedding day, everybody's wedding day, and his own wedding day.
And Lawrence and Lauren and...
All right, so I was going to get the Super Bowl parlays and bets, but
we got time next week. So
we're going to do that next week, and we'll make sure we get them out. Ladies and gentlemen, do us a favor. Hit them BioSteels, those liquid IVs, the ibuprofen. We'll let you know about this cheer stuff next week. Like our good friend says, Lee Bryce, Chris, ain't no party like a pregame party. Do us a favor, hit that like, subscribe. No more ringing the bell, Chris.
It's gone. Unbelievable.
If you want to tell Pat a story that he's heard already, hit him up at the S&P podcast at gmail.com. He loves new stories he's already heard about.
Address him by his official name now, Pale Orange Guy.
Pale Orange Guy. And the big beard over there, thank you for...
Wait, he called him Orange?
Oh, yeah, the Pale Orange Guy.
Oh, I thought it was white, the pale white guy.
Oh,
okay.
No, the pale orange guy.
How do you be pale and orange at the same time?
I don't know, but it was...
I don't know, but
pale orange guy. I'm literally going to call you the pale orange guy now.
Pat's an Oompa Loompa. I'm waiting for him to take this podcast off. Oompa Loompa doopity.
We can't do the copyright infringement.
And on that beautiful note, ladies and gentlemen, have a great week. We will see you next week. Thank you for checking in.
It's all in the hips, baby. Bye.